Hi guys, welcome to Manhood Explained. My name is Camille. Today is 7th of September 2020. Welcome to video number 255. I want to talk about rules today. And I want to take you basically for this journey of really thinking, what do we think about rules, and what will be the impact of our kind of decision. Do we want rules or not? And I was kind of pushed to record that video because I watched one interesting video that I will link into the comments if I'll find it today. But it kind of there was interesting to look what's going on right now with youth and with young people, considering me being young-ish as well. And I thought to myself that this is something that you will have to make a decision about when you're really young, to kind of contribute or not contribute, but basically gain the impact of it on your life. So let's just look at rules. What are they, and why do we want to even think about it? Because first of all, at least from my perspective, I've been raised in kind of different generation than the last two that we say the Z generation and the millennials and so on. Although practically I'm right in the beginning of millennials. It depends how you look at it. But in my generation and in my part of the world, because I was raised in Poland, there's still like more traditional way of building families. And you listen to your grandparents, you listen to your parents. It's a kind of much more traditional way of raising family. Whether in Western society it kind of changes, and especially it kind of quite different, especially now than what I was raised with. But the first rule that I kind of took from my childhood and from my upbringing, and I want to discuss, is that rules supposed to direct you towards maturity. The whole reason for rules for existing is to guide you to learn to learn how to change as a person. So when the moment you're gonna get to the moment of adulthood, these rules gonna kind of shoot you through the stars to help you achieve your dreams. Because let's look at from the beginning. If you're a child, you're basically raised in a family, and all consequence, all impact of your decisions, good or bad, they're going to be kind of paid by your parents. So you're raised in this kind of safe environment. But then the more you grow up, the more you become much more mature, much more of the impact of your decisions, it's put on you. But when we look at what's going on right now, we see that when you're teenagers, you're still at home. There's a lot of tension between us and our parents. But then we go to like 20s and this more or less time of our life, 20s to 30s. And in my time, it was like going into many people have had kids, got married and so on. But now if you look at what's going on, it's like let's just party. And I don't want to sound like an old guy, but I want you to kind of think about it. This approach to life will help you in the long run? Because sooner or later you're going to get to the point that you want to have family, that you maybe want to have a business, maybe you want to have some position, or position of power, like go into politics or something. Do you really think that partying and doing all this craziness that you can see right now is going to help you? Because in most of the cases it won't. And we know that abusing alcohol, it's not helpful, and it's just losing control, and the consequences of the decision that you do under influence of alcohol are drastic. And we know that in general alcohol is not good for you, but we still do it. You know that the drugs are bad for you, and it's obvious for everyone, but we still do it. And then there's more and more papers written about the more you have intimacy with more and more people, the tougher, the harder it's going to be for you to build a long-lasting relationship. This is proven. Many people know that, not everybody, but we still do it. And that's why you see that it kind of splits somewhere in the time. So we don't have rules. There's no like a canon of rules that we use like the old days, like in times of our grandparents and grandparents. There's nothing like moral standards. There's nothing really. It's just chaos. And then you learn that this is fun, and then you end up in your relationship, and then you think that you still want to come back to the fun. And then life itself doesn't look like fun, and that's why so many people end up being in a relationship and they don't know what's happening. I didn't sign up for this. So that's why, first of all, rules were supposed to help you go into maturity and your adult life. When we don't have rules, we end up completely on a different planet, and then it's so hard to get to this, to enjoy basically the part that we kind of joined as an adult person. Second thing, the rules supposed to tell you what is the truth. And unfortunately, when we don't have rules, as many people are find themselves in right now, you're gonna basically accept anything that comes to you because it's trendy, because it's liberal, because it's good. You think it's good, but in the long run, you will see that it's not. And one of the crucial things that I see in life is like, this is why I basically recorded this video, because I watched a video of a young girl who basically gave like a few minute talk about why I'm not enough. I'm gonna put it into the comments of the video. It's fascinating. It just pushed me towards thinking about how to save yourself from this kind of state, because you don't see that. Maybe the other way around. You see that, but that all those pictures of bodies that you can see on covers of magazines are not true. We kind of know that. But even though so many young people struggle with it, we know that the whole life that is shown on Instagram photos that looks so marvelous, it's just the tips of an iceberg. There's completely different story when you know the person. It's a lie, but we still buy it. And that's why so many people are having issues, especially young people, to kind of differentiate why, when you see your own life, it looks like trash, and then you see somebody else's life, it looks like it's awesome. And even though you know it's a lie, you still have issues about it. So that's why, second, if you don't have rules, you won't be able to see or understand what you're supposed to do when you see the lies. And point number 3, rules supposed to help you as a person to grow and be mature, and more mature version of yourself, to grow up, to expand. And it comes down to basically the moment that you basically you get to the place that you're a person, that you live on your own. You have whatever you want. You've got work. You're well paid, more or less, but you can live. Especially in the Western society, we don't have issues with day-to-day life. You don't go to the store and there's nothing there. There's plenty of stuff. Maybe you cannot buy everything that you get, especially at the beginning, everything that you want, especially at the beginning, but you have a great life. But then, how does your life look like? Because you only know when you sit by yourself, when you can do whatever you want. You can kind of follow your dreams. And how many of us, you have no clue what you want from life? There's nothing. You're not satisfied with your life because you don't even know what you want from this life. And you see all the rules from all time kind of push towards listening to the elders, that they will tell you, don't do this, don't do that. It kind of helped young people, even though they disagreed, they had a lot of arguments with the older generation, as we always did. But you had some kind of pathway to your years of being an adult. Now you end up here, and your life is over there. That's why so many people struggle, and so many younger and much more younger people than previously have issues. And that's why the suicide skyrocket. That's why this people who are on pills because they cannot handle life. That's the result, that we don't have rules. But one more thing that I want to tell you that from my own personal experience, which is very important for you as a guy to understand, that when you get to the adult years of your life, you're gonna get married, you will have children, and you'll end up seeing that with your own eyes, that your wife is looking at you, your kids are looking at you, parents are looking at you. How do you do? How are you able to handle all of this? And so many people, so many guys end up, and you exactly say the same words. I didn't sign up for this. I thought we would have just, a lot of fun together with the girl that I marry. But then I end up seeing that it's a completely different story. And again, nobody taught you that. Nobody showed you the rules and explained what is all about. And that's why so many of you are scared of getting into a long-lasting relationship. And even if you do, you don't know what to do in it, because no one taught you. You had no pathway to get there. So that's why this is what I want you to kind of grasp, that rules are good if you see that they're supposed to help you to deal with your life. But if you learn that no rules is great, then bridging your life when you be in 20s or later, and trying to get to the maturity, to having family, having some success. Maybe you want to build a business. Maybe you want to become a sportsman or politician. It's gonna be so tough, because amount of stupidity that you produced over here, you put on Facebook, put on Instagram, videos, photos, and then you end up here, and you'll say, I just ruined my life. And why nobody told me to have some kind of moral or some kind of rules to save myself from this, because now it's going to be so much harder to deal with myself and deal with whatever I want to do because of what I've done, because I had no rules. So listen, this is what I want you to take from this video. Rules are great, but it's not about just accepting all of them. Whatever someone else tells you, it's just, the more rules will kind of keep me in a box, the better. No. What I want you to kind of give yourself permission to is to think, what are the rules really saying? What will be the impact in the long run? You've got your parents, you've got your grandparents, you've got tons of books, tons of videos, tons of trainings. Kind of see what are the rules that will bring you to success. Like, you want to have a great business? Learn from those who made it. And they'll tell you what are the rules what are kind of characteristics you have to have and mindset to get there. You want to be a great parent? There are tons of books that will tell you how you're supposed to function as a human being to be a great parent. The same thing with being a husband, the same thing with everything you want to do in life. The rules are not to kind of close you in this kind of jail that you can't do this or that. The rules are to help you to achieve success with what you want to achieve in your life later. So that's why don't be afraid of them. Embrace them, but don't just take every one of them. Look and see and accept those who will help you go forward. And don't be afraid to ask your elders. Ask those who are older than you. They will tell you, and they will tell you so many very simple ones that will help you immensely to reach your life's goals. So think about it and do something about it, because what I want you is to be wise preactively, or I want you to be smart, so the result of your life will be satisfying. But it will happen only if you understand that it's not about rules, it's about what they will bring to your life. And then you'll understand that the rules will provide you with the success in your life that you're looking for so much. If you like this video, like, share, comment. If you didn't, comment as well. Tell me what you think. Tell me what is your experience. If there's anything you want me to talk about, just give me a shout, and I'll be glad to do it for you. That being said, see you tomorrow.